Hey, Ted here from YouLearnGuitar.com. Today we're going to talk about playing some blues licks in the key of E in open position. And this requires a whole new technique, really, because we're very rarely going to use our first finger. And, you know, we're definitely used to playing guitar with our first finger a lot. A lot of licks, a lot of chords. Of course, use your index finger. These are going to be in the style mostly of the Texas blues players, going back to Lightnin' Hopkins. As we've discussed before, the key of E is a great key for blues. We've got our open strings, our open E string, our open A string, and so it just kind of naturally became a great key for playing blues, both solo and in bands. So let's get started with some of this, all right? Okay, so we're going to be working out of a couple different scales, really. Mostly out of our E blues scale, which is just an E minor pentatonic scale with the added flat fifth note, which we're going to find here and right here. So that was the first fret of the fifth string and the third fret of the third string. So here's what our scale is going to look like. Okay, so that's 0, 3, 0, 1, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. Okay, and then we're going to take a few notes, borrow a few notes from our major pentatonic scale. You could also look at it as our Mixolydian scale. And the notes we're going to add here are this G sharp at the first fret, third string, the C sharp at the second fret, second string, and the G sharp at the fourth fret, first string. Okay? We're also going to be sliding into that second pattern and play a lot of notes where we slide up to that E on the second string and play the high E string together, kind of getting that nice double ringing strings. Hopefully we're in tune. Otherwise it's going to sound something like this. Alright, no good. Okay, so let's get started with our licks. Here is number 1. I'll play it slowly a few times. Okay. So we're doing a little bend here from 2 to 4 at the third string, which is the same as the open second string. So we're kind of blending that note into that open string, then hitting that open E string, going to the third fret of the E string. So 3, open second string, and sliding from the D note, third fret, to the E note at the fifth fret. Okay, here is the next one. So here we're doing this little hammer on grace note. A grace note is a note that you are playing, but it doesn't get any kind of time value really. It's just you're going from one note immediately to the next note. You don't have to play that, it would sound like this. But this is more interesting. Okay? Okay. If you want to end that last note on a trill, that works. All I'm doing there is a quick hammer-on, pull-off, etc. from 0 to 2 on the 4th string. And the next one goes something like this. Sorry about that. Okay, I just want to remind you that all these licks are in tab form on the website, ulearnguitar.com. That's the letter U. And you would go to the blues lead page and it would say something like open E licks or open position E licks, I think it says, something like that. So I don't necessarily want to go through, explaining every one in too much detail. Okay, there's that bend again. Just like if we're in the key of A, we do this. We can do the same thing, only we've got the open strings where we are barring the strings here. Okay, then we're sliding up to the 5th fret, 1st string, back to the 3rd fret, 1st string, and ending on the open 1st string. Okay, next one. Okay, I'm putting in a trill there, don't need to. One thing that's not in the tablature, I'm sliding into that 1st note again with a grace note. Excuse me for reading the licks while I play them. Sometimes that can cost you. Alright, next one. Don't really have to end on that low E string. You can end on that E at the 2nd fret, 4th string. It's up to you. Okay, next one. Okay, a couple things we've already talked about there. Sliding into that 1st note, hammering on that note. Okay, lots of triplets, you'll notice. Triplets being a rhythmic device where you have 3 eighth notes in the space of one beat. So if our beat goes 1 and 2 and 3 and triplet, 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 triplet. Okay, that's one way to count it. Triplet, triplet. That's the way most people do it. And the next one. Okay, that one's kind of reminiscent of the Stevie Ray Vaughan instrumental Scuttle Button, which he got from a Lonnie Mack instrumental, which I think was called Chicken Pickin', which really didn't have much chicken picking in it, but anyway, that's what he called it. So, that thing again. Again, we're sliding into that E and then playing it open on the first string. Kind of a way to pick up a little speed is by playing the fretted notes along with the open strings. And then we end on, this is an interesting one here. I'm sliding, picking the note at the 2nd fret, 3rd string, sliding to the B flat at the 3rd fret, sliding back to the A and pulling off to the G. Next one. Okay, got some nice double stops in there. It's where this is a cool thing because we're kind of mixing the minor scale, that minor 3rd, with the major 6th. Really a nice sweet and sour kind of sound. Okay. You might notice in a lot of these licks I'm giving certain notes a little bit of a bend. Without getting into the theory of it really, those are all the minor 3rds. Okay? You can't do that on any note. There's only certain notes where you can kind of play around with the tuning. If I slid up to the root and gave that a little bend, that would not sound good. Okay, not good. Good. Listen to a lot of blues players, and you will start to hear that sound. I'm doing that down here as well, here on the 6th string, 3rd fret. And you just start to get a feel for how far you want to bend it, because it's not a half step, it's not a quarter step, it's a completely ambiguous kind of note somewhere in between that you really have to hear it before you can start to put that in there. So here is lick number 11. Okay, lots of triplets and some 16th notes. Okay, down there in the on the really low strings. Great sounding stuff down there. Really like it. You can do that as a turnaround phrase. Okay. The next one. Okay, sorry. Another triplet thing. Da 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 da. Okay. So I'm bending up from the A to the B at the 2nd fret. Third string. I'm holding that bend up and playing the D note at the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and then going back to the bent note, picking it again, letting it down. Remember, every little hammer-on and pull-off and things like that, they're not going to be necessarily marked in the tab. You just want to, listen, watch the lick, and throw it in there. If you like it, if you don't like it, don't do it. It's completely up to you in that case. But the more ways that you can play a note, the more interesting your playing is going to be. Here's our last one. This is based on a Freddie King lick, another great Texas blues guitarist. And from his tune Hideaway, he has a whole collection of instrumental tunes that he recorded. A great album, Let's Hide Away and Dance Away with Freddie King. They don't name albums like that anymore, that's for sure. Alright, so here it is. So another deal where we're hammering on, pulling off from an open string to a fretted one. Okay? So that would be it. So listen to your Texas blues. It goes way back to Blind Lemon Jefferson, Lightnin' Hopkins, I mentioned him, T-Bone Walker, Stevie Ray Vaughan, his brother Jimmy Vaughan, Anson Funderburg, one of my favorite Texas guitarists, plays licks like this all the time. So enjoy these. Go to youlearnguitar.com for the tab, and shoot me an email if you have any questions. That's ted@youlearnguitar.com. Alright, so have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.